Hey VIPs, I have been so busy over the last at least several weeks. I feel like I am like the hamster on the wheel, just like going and going and going and not getting anywhere. So anyway, this last weekend I decided to break the cycle. And I went to the Grand Canyon and I had a great time. And the one thing that has kept me going, let's say, on my hamster wheel, has been my conversations with you guys, because you just always ask the best questions. And I feel like we always, I don't know, we just have good conversations, I feel like. So here I am. I want to show you guys or talk to you guys about some of the questions and conversations that I've had with other VIPs because, because you're all so smart. That's why. So let me go through a few of them and I'll tell you guys about how I answered these questions and what we talked about. The first one is from Mitch. And Mitch wanted to know if I'd ever used air in a can to clean off the exterior of my camera body or lens. And I told him that no, I haven't ever used air in a can to clean off my camera. You guys know what I'm talking about, the air in a can that like you usually use to clean off your electronics, like clean all the gunk out of your keyboard and stuff. I wouldn't use it on my camera or on my lenses because I'd be too afraid that it would push the dust or any other particles further in to the crevices that they'd kind of crawled into. So there's a lot of moving parts on some, lenses, and I'm just not I wouldn't do it. I just use a clean cloth and wipe it down. Let's see, next. Forrest got into some extenuating circumstances. He got caught in the rain, and some water droplets ended up getting behind the viewfinder of his camera. Yikes. Anyway, he asked me if I had any advice about that. And I actually told him that it might require like a professional tear down and cleaning out of his camera, and that, hopefully there wouldn't be any, residual effects from it. Luckily, though, he responded back to me that the water appeared to have just dried up just like that, and there were no problems left over from it. So thank goodness he seems to have kind of gotten lucky. Vivek or Vivek. I'm not sure how to say that. So Vivek or Vivek, shoot me a note and let me know how I'm actually supposed to say your name, because every time I see it, I wonder, like, Vivek, 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 Vivek. And it might not even be either one of those. So let me know. Anyway, he wanted to know, he wants to take photos of the Milky Way on a new moon day, and he wanted to know what I thought about how to do that. He knew that long exposure was the key, but he wanted more detail. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to give him too much detail because, when you're working with photos of the night sky, there are a lot of variables, and that's really true with any, photo that you're taking. I can't tell you like the exact right settings to use for a portrait because, well, there's always going to be, strange circumstances, ambient light, things like that. Same is true when you're taking a photo of the night sky. So, you need the exposure to be long enough to get enough light into the camera, but not so long that you'll get light trails from the stars, unless that's what you want, of course. So, my best suggestion is to just go with your lowest ISO setting and a sharp aperture, and then just try several different shutter speeds to see which one gets the effect that you're looking for. So you're right that, long exposure is the key, but, that's kind of the part that you need to play with to get what you want. Mitch asked about using DX lenses on my Nikon D800. He's actually thinking about purchasing one, but he's a little skeptical about how well his DX lenses will work on the camera. So I told him that I found that my DX lenses work just fine on my D800. The camera actually has a feature where it will automatically switch to DX crop mode when a DX lens is put on the body. You can, however, turn that feature off if you want to. So just keep that in mind. If you do turn it off, when you put a DX lens on, it won't automatically switch if you tell it not to. That's kind of not rocket science, I guess. So anyway, it's something to keep in mind. I also told him now that I discovered that if I set the autofocus area illumination to off, the portion of the frame outside of my set sensor area is grayed out, which I like a lot because, when I'm using DX crop mode, it's kind of nice just to see exactly what I'm working with and have everything kind of grayed out. I also mentioned to Mitch that, when using the DX crop sensor mode, the D800 still has 15 megapixels. So, it's not only one of the best FX cameras on the market right now, it's one of the best DX cameras on the market right now. So that's something to think about. And I think that's it. That'll be enough for today. You guys keep sending me these great questions. I love chatting with you.